Hi there, this is Evan here from the Latinum Institute, and we are a provider of language materials and also lessons on handwriting. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to write a printed alphabet if you have trouble controlling your pen. This is a common problem, and the solution is to do the opposite of what is commonly taught. I've noticed when students are learning to write, and I've done a lot of handwriting lessons in schools, etc., is that students are always taught to write their letters on the line. Now, this is a cursive letter. We're not doing cursive here in this example. I'm just using it as an example, with the letters hanging, going up. And the end result is that students have a lot of trouble controlling the upper part of the letters. What I'm going to be teaching you here is to do the opposite, but to hang your letters from the line. And so the letters hang down from the line like this. This is infinitely preferable, and we imagine that there's a clothes peg here. There's a clothes peg here, and this is like a washing line, and your letters are hanging from the line. So I'm going to start off with the letter A, and we'll work our way through the alphabet. This is a very simplified alphabet also for students who are really having an enormous amount of trouble forming curves. So the simplest way of doing this is you go across like this, down like that, and then all the student has to do is do that to form the A. Now this letter A is an A from what was called Chancery script. Chancery script is a very angular script. It was used in England in the time of Henry VIII, Elizabeth I for handwriting, and it's very good because it has these horizontal strokes. It's a very angular script, and I think it's the first script that students should be taught. So the letter A is straight up, straight down, like this, and then down and then up like that. So that's our letter A. If you really wanted to, you can give it a little tick on the bottom here like that and be more ornate with it if you want to. But that's a very basic letter A. Letter B, we also hang it from the line, but we start higher up. So we come down like this, and then we make our line on the line because the letter is hanging on the line, and then we just connect these two lines together like that, and that's our B. So straight down, we hang the letter on the line, and then we join these two together. Now, if you have a student who has severe handwriting problems, then what you can do is you can just join it with a straight line, and you'll still have an identifiable B. It'll be a bit clunky, but it will be a B. It can't be any other letter. So if you have a student who's really struggling with curves, and there are students that do struggle with curves, then you can form a B like this. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an example of a letter A that's also extremely simple. Let's now go to the letter C. Letter C, once again, we hang it from the line, and then we go straight down, and then we just give a curve on the bottom like that. It's a very simple letter. Line, so we're on the line like this. This is very important for the student that they must be on the line. And as I said before, if you have a student who's going off the line, then draw some clothes pegs on top of the letter like this, so they can understand that the letter is actually hanging just like a shirt from the line. And if you really want to, you can even draw a t-shirt for them like this. If you draw a little t-shirt for your student like that, and then put the pegs on, they will understand the concept that the letters hang from a line. So C straight across like this, and then down straight, and then we give it a little tick at the bottom. So the letter C is straight, straight, and a tick at the bottom like this. Straight across, straight down, and a tick at the bottom. That's our letter C. Let's now look at the letter D. The D is, once again, like a B, like an A. We start off with a line going down straight. We do a hang from a line, and then we connect it, either with a curve, or if you have a student who's having a lot of trouble with curves, you just connect it with a straight line, more or less, like that. That's our letter D. Very simplified, and it's hanging from the line. If the letters hang from a line like this, it doesn't really matter if the bottoms are at different heights, because your eye will be drawn to this line and everything will look good. The letter E, once again, it's very similar to the C. Straight across, we go down, and then we go up, same as a C, except here we draw a line connecting these two. So straight line, straight line, straight line, and then the bottom part. It's probably easier to do it that way. Across, down, make the triangle, and then put the bottom on. This bottom can be straight or curved, depending on the abilities of your student. If you have a student who's struggling with curves, then straight, 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 and straight will do it. And then later on, as they get more confident, we can introduce a curve. The letter F is very simple. It's like straight across, straight down, straight across, and it hangs from the line, like that. So straight across, straight down. It can be curved like that, with two curves, or if you have a student who can't do curves, then you just make it angular. But it does hang from the line. The letter G is like the letter A. So straight across, straight down, and then we make our A. And then we turn the A into a G. I'm going to change color here to show you what we're doing by continuing this down and giving it a leg. Or we can do this. I'll make another G. So the G is an A. Once the student's done the letter A, they can do a G without any trouble. And you can bring it down and connect it up like that. So you can either have an open or closed G. I'll do it again. There's another way of doing it. Straight across, straight down, and then you do the leg, and then you come back up and do that part. What's important, once again, is that it hangs on the line, like this. Hangs on the line. You do a J, and then you do that. Or if the student's not confident and they've learned how to do an A already, you start with an A, and then you add the tail. Doesn't really matter. The letter H is like the letter B, very similar. So we come down. You don't have to do this, you can come down straight, but given a slight curve. It hangs on the line, and then either straight down, if your student can't do curves, or straight down on the line, and then we give it a little curve here, which is quite elegant. Or straight down like this, on the line, and then curve it, and you can give it a little flick on the bottom. If you give these little flicks on the bottom, they become a kind of cursive script. So H is very similar to the letter B. Let's look at a B. Straight down, across, and then it touches. And the H is identical, except straight down, across, it doesn't touch. So there's a gap at the bottom of the H. I, it hangs from the line, straight down like that. And of course, you can put a dot on it. J, similarly, it starts on the line and hangs down. Put a dot on it. Start on the line, hang down, put a dot on it. J. K, we start up, we come down, and then we go straight across, like that. We come down, and then we make a line like that. That's our K. So, straight down, we make a triangle, the same as the triangle we made with the letter E, and then we add another line like that. So the K is actually formed of a straight line, like that, and the letter Z touching it. That's our K. So straight line down, touched by the letter Z, gives you the letter K. L, very straightforward, just straight down like that, it crosses the line. M, we start on the line, we come down, and then we make a curve and come down, but it's hanging from the line, hanging from the line. This one has got two curves. If you have a student who really cannot handle curves, then all you do is you tell them to make their M like that, a box with a line down. So if a student is having trouble with curves, they do that and put a line in the middle. If they can handle curves, straight line down, one curve and down, one curve and then down. N is similar, hangs from the line, down like that, and like that. That's our letter N. If the student cannot handle this curve at the top, then they simply do their N like this. O, now students have an enormous amount of trouble forming a circle for the O. It's a very difficult letter. The solution is to form one side of the O and then the other side of the O, like that. I'll change colors so you can see what I'm doing. One side of the O, and I'm going to change colors, and you'll see the other side of the O, like that. And that forms a different type of O, but it's still an O. If your student cannot even do the curves required for this O, which can be fatter, you can make it fatter as well, like that, or you can make it slim like this. Then you can do straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, and make a diamond for your O, and that's perfectly fine as well. So you can make a diamond for the O. This letter O is found in some black letter scripts. It does exist in some scripts that have existed historically. The letter P is formed of things we've seen before. Straight down, hangs from a line, and then we bring it in like that. Same as the letter B basically, but instead of the line going up, it goes down. Or if the student cannot do a curve, then straight up, and then you can give a P with a straight line like this if your student cannot do curves. But the important thing is, I've started it slightly above the line, but you can start it straight on the line as well, like that. Right? My P's tend to have a little flag on top, but there's no need to have that. You can simplify it by going across, down, and then only lifting your pen up once. Across, down, and then P. Q is the same as the letter A. Go across, down far, give it a tick, and then you form a letter A here. So across on the line, down, form a tick, and then the letter A. Once again, if your student cannot form curves, then you can do it with a straight line like that. Letter R, straight down, and then a line up. Straight down, and then a line up. So it starts off slightly above the line, it hangs on the line. Letter S, if your student can do curves, it's easier for them to start if they know it's hanging down from the line, but if they cannot do curves, then simply make it less curvy. Letter T starts up quite high above the line. This is a mistake that students often make. It's quite a tall letter, and then a tick on the bottom, and then the cross on the line. But it starts up quite high above the line. Letter T. Let's do a couple more T's. Straight high above the line, down, tick, and like that. High above the line, down, tick, like that. U starts on the line, and it's formed with two strokes, which must join up. So straight, straight, straight. So if your student can't do curves, you go straight, straight, and straight like that. V, very simple, on the line, like that. That's no trouble for anybody. W is just two V's, also hanging from the line. Letter X hangs from the line, 1, 2, no trouble there. The letter Y hangs from the line, one line down like this, and one line like that. So it's long. And Z hangs from the line, and it's the easiest letter to do for somebody who's, apart from I and L, so Y and Z. So this is an alphabet for students who are having a lot of trouble with their writing. The letters hang from the line. So we have hanging letters. And it looks quite elegant. As I said, this is a variation, a very simplified variation of the English Chancery script that was used in the time of Queen Elizabeth. And it has a great benefit for beginning students of handwriting, because when the letters hang from a line, one of the great difficulties of getting everything lined up is eliminated. So you hang your letters from the line. I hope that's been helpful. If you have a student who's struggling with their handwriting, then I highly recommend that you teach them this form of alphabet. Thanks, and if you want to donate to the Latinum Institute, you can find us at Patreon, and I'll just write that down for you here in a different color. Let's see, Patreon's color is orange, so we will use orange, a nice orange color. And you can find the Latinum Institute at Patreon. P A T R E O N, and of course this is Latinum, which I'm going to now write for you. I will go to this. Let's see if I can change the thickness of my pen, because I'm going to be writing on top of some things. So this is from Latinum. So if I haven't done capital letters and how they fit in yet, but they are large, L, and then A, T, I, N, U, M. The letters hanging from the line. So Latinum is where at Patreon, if you want to support this effort of teaching handwriting and Latin and Greek and other languages as well. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this little video has been of some use. Bye.